All right, everybody, what's up? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And the first gameplay that you're going to see in this large video is going to be me doing everything in my power, from slaying, playing the OBJ, and just everything in my power to try to get the win. And the second game is going to be simply the worst gameplay that you're ever going to see on this channel, or that you've ever seen on this channel. And you're going to see in full display how a team of, let's say, 4 or more people, or even just randoms, can literally lock down a map and you basically can't leave spawn. So so I hope you guys enjoy both sides of the spectrum when it comes to the gameplay. So obviously yesterday, pretty much after work for the majority of the day, I basically played the beta again. This is week 2, so definitely had, between week 1 and week 2, I've definitely had my fair share of amount of time invested into this game. And I wanted to basically, all in one video, I wanted to basically, for a multitude of reasons and my explanations as well, I wanted to basically give my overall total thoughts on the game or whatnot. What do I think of it? Do I think it's good? Do I think it's bad? Do I like it? Do I dislike it? And every single reason why. And I'm going to try to fit in everything into this video, because quite frankly, I will tell you right off the bat that after this video, it is highly unlikely that I will ever play this game again. And believe it or not, the skill-based matchmaking itself is not even the reason that I am not going to be playing this game. I actually, as time goes on, I really don't mind competition. Like I've said this in previous videos and or on stream, and I've said this, like for instance, let's say you get a game of, like, let's say a game like Black Ops 2. Even with this strict level of skill-based matchmaking of this game, or with Modern Warfare, I will gladly play Black Ops 2, okay, with skill-based matchmaking, because the lack of skill-based matchmaking, or the toned-down version of skill-based matching that Black Ops 2 has, or had at this point, is not what made it great in the first place. What made Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in the first place was the fact that the maps were the perfect level, the perfect size for the game in terms of what they had to offer. The score streak system was great. The score streaks were great. Granted, the hit detection wasn't perfect, but it certainly was a hell of a lot more consistent than what this game has been. Now, I know that you guys are going to say that, Jack, this is a beta and all that kind of stuff. It's like, well, we're only 3 weeks away or so after this final week of the beta releases. We're only about, what, 3 or 4 weeks away until the game's full release. But to be honest with you, I think in terms of what I've seen on Twitter, what I've seen on streams, and the way people are describing their issues, as well as the issues that I've experienced, and as well as what we know about the patent, the skill-based matchmaking patent. Now, not skill-based matchmaking itself, but the patent, that there's this patent that they created that was researched on, it was tested and researched by a whole bunch of people, and they've proved it to be true. But in terms of what it does is basically what these tweets and these complaints that everybody has been talking about. How all of a sudden, you know, like let's say you get into a gunfight against this person, okay, all of a sudden it works, it goes fine, you're doing well, and then all of a sudden in the middle of a gunfight, it seems like your hits don't even register, it seems like your bullets don't even register as well, and all of a sudden you're dead. And then sometimes it seems like the aim assist is off, the aim assist is on, and the skill-based matchmaking patent, or just the patent, the patent itself has been described in terms of this and a lot more things, and the fact that people can get easier lobbies just by having by doing microtransactions and all that kind of shit. That's not good. But the thing is this, let me dial it down a notch and take you back into the beginning. You guys know how in relationships, for those of you guys that are old enough to have relationships, and most of you guys that watch my channel are usually anywhere from the ages of, like, let's say 16 to like even older than me, and I'm 36, by the way, for those of you guys that didn't know. You guys, you know how relationships go. Like when you meet somebody new, you really don't know that person until about a certain period of time after you meet them. It's usually 6 months to a year, because their true colors start to shine and you start to know who that person is. Because obviously when you first meet that person, you know, you want to present yourself in the best way possible. It's almost like you're being a representative of yourself, right? So with this game, at first, you know, obviously it was decently enjoyable. I wouldn't say that I was having fun 24/7 playing this game in terms of its beta and its form as well as the alpha. But, I mean, it definitely had potential. But the thing is now, after investing all this amount of time that I've invested into the game, its true colors are starting to come out. And simply put, those true colors are not for me. I mean, there's a few of you that watch my channel here that continue to watch my channel, and thank you very much. But you let it know in the comment section that you literally disagree or always have something to say in terms of what my opinions are. And that's great and all, but the thing is, it's not going to stop me from believing what I believe about this game, and it's not going to change me from having fun or not having fun to having fun all of a sudden. It doesn't work that way. Different strokes for different folks, I guess, but I'm a 10-year veteran of the Call of Duty franchise, and I know what I'm talking about. And over 5 of those years have also been invested into YouTube as well. So that's how well I know Call of Duty. I got, that's one of the reasons why I did it, because I originally started this YouTube channel because I started becoming good at the game, and I started learning more, and I had watched a lot more YouTube videos from a lot of content creators on Call of Duty than most of you that are watching my channel right now. I used to, like this, back when I was becoming good at the game in terms of pubs, I was basically like learning left and right on how to become a better player. So I've done my fair share of research. I've put more than my fair share of time into the game and all that kind of stuff. And this game simply is not Call of Duty to me. Not completely, at least. One of the things that basically I do not like about this game that is ruining it for me is in at least half of the time, you can find yourself running around from one side of the map to the other, which the map size is really big, and like things like the bushes in Cartel are another thing that just pissed me off. It basically takes you the longest ass time to find anybody, and you could have a game of domination that can last up to 15 minutes or more, and you'd be lucky if you get over 20 kills. And I'm a person that runs and guns. I'm a person that knows Call of Duty, so I've got skill. I'm not calling myself a scump or anything like that, but I'm saying I've got skill and I'm good at the game and I know what I'm doing. Granted, every single Call of Duty, there's always something to learn because they always toss something new at you. But when it comes to maps and map sizes, there's really no counter to it. By the time you get from one side of the map to the other, it takes a certain period of time in every Call of Duty. And this one, it just takes too much time. The maps are also very wide. They're not just long, but they're wide. There's not as many safe spaces. There's no doors. There's not as many safe spaces as in Modern Warfare. But there are a good amount of safe spaces, and you can literally, between the spawns being not making sense all the time, as well as the fact that players can literally be anywhere, and the fact that it's 6v6 and all that kind of stuff, and how, like in a map like, let's say, the biggest violator of this in my opinion is like a map like Miami, for instance, to where it is hard as hell to get 20 kills in Miami. And the fact that everybody's basically, in this game as well, they brought back specialists without bringing back specialists. Now this is what I mean. Like, it's basically support streaks, and regardless of how good you are or how bad you are, chances are towards the second half of the game, let's say a game lasts 10 minutes. By the time you get to like the 5 to 7 minute mark, everybody's going to be dropping their streaks, and it's streaks galore basically. And it's basically like specialists, because deaths don't mean anything, so you're always going to get it. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people dislike specialists, is because everybody gets it. So, and it's the same thing. It's becoming the same thing with streaks. They basically didn't bring back specialists, but they brought back the essence of what the specialist does, what specialist did in previous Call of Duty games. So between that and the map design that I'm not very fond of, and the inconsistencies due to what I firmly believe is because of the patent that's been being in full display, the hackers, and a lot of repeat of what we're seeing from Modern Warfare is simply just, it's not fun to me. The fact that there's already hackers in the beta, and we all know that they didn't do jack shit about the hackers in Modern Warfare. And what makes you think they're going to do anything about the hackers now? I mean, I know this is Treyarch, but at the same time, it's not Treyarch. Because there's a lot of things that have been implemented into this game, and you can clearly tell, and this is Modern Warfare's engine. Okay, just altered or whatnot, or you know, every single time they always alter a certain engine. But this is Modern Warfare's engine, and some of you might say it's better, some of you might say it's worse, whatever. It's Modern Warfare's engine, just altered, and it doesn't stop there. Okay, so these are not traditional Treyarch maps. This is not going to play like a traditional Call of Duty. There's not going to be too many crazy high kill game. I've seen Birdman. I've seen a few of his videos. I see him drop, like, he went like 60-3 or something like that in one of the domination games or something like that, like in one of his more recent videos and stuff like that. Now, to be fair, Birdman is a better Call of Duty player than I am, in my opinion. And I'm one of the few humble pub stompers out there, or gameplay channel. Not a gameplay channel, but I'm one of those guys that's good at the game, that is very humble enough to say that, hey, this player is better than me. So, and yes, he is better, and he's able to adapt. And, you know, whether he plays more aggressive or whether he plays more passive, that man can put up really good scores. And the thing is that in terms of the way the overall design is of the game, I really do not like it. And again, because we're going to see a lot of repeats in terms of how they handle the hackers and stuff like that. Now, I hope they handle the hackers. That's great. But the thing is, I really don't enjoy a game if I spend a majority of my time running around looking for people and can't find them. And only, like, if I'm playing a game that's about 15 minutes long, and if I'm only getting 20 kills, that's a problem. You know, and some of you guys are out there going to be like, oh, stop bitching and whining or stuff like that. It's like, no, it's the truth. I've been playing Call of Duty for a long time. I know what Call of Duty is, and this game is simply a half-assed Call of Duty. It's got the name and the title, but it doesn't play like a traditional Call of Duty. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, Call of Duty's changing. It can't remain the same. They got to change as much as possible. Okay, that's cool and all, but that is no longer my thing. You know, I stuck around with Call of Duty for specific reasons. It was a fast-paced first-person arcade first-person shooter, run and gun. The maps weren't, for the most part, the maps weren't too big. They weren't too crazy small, except for like a couple of them. For the most part, they were medium-sized maps. You know, you had a good amount of action in the game. Like, for instance, take COD World War II. With Call of Duty World War II, now you guys know that I don't enjoy team-based games in that game. Okay, I don't enjoy team deathmatch in that game. I don't enjoy domination or even kill confirmed, which is my overall favorite game mode in the history of the franchise. I don't enjoy it in that game simply because of the way the maps are designed and a couple of the other things. But free-for-all, I have a blast. But the thing is with this game, and I know free-for-all is not in this beta, obviously, but with this game, I'm not really having a blast with pretty much anything, really. In the beginning, I kind of did because it was something new. It felt fresh. It was just something different. And I think that's what a lot of Call of Duty players are doing. A lot of Call of Duty players are still playing or even buying the new game or even playing it every once in a while because they want to feel that something different, or there's something small about the game that they just love and they just want to feel again. Like, for instance, I will tell you, you guys know that I really, you know, Modern Warfare isn't my cup of tea. However, one thing I do like about Modern Warfare, especially whenever they have shoot the ship or shoot the house or whatever it's called, where it's shoot house and shipment 24/7, I really like how the guns feel, how the movement feels, and how clean it is, and how the game looks, the graphics and stuff like that. And when the game plays well and the hit detection is on point and everything like that, which usually in Infinity Ward games there are, at least with my experience, including Modern Warfare, it feels good to play it. But unfortunately, because of the decisions that they make, I can't enjoy it for too long. And the thing is, like, and they've already mentioned since the reveal that they're going to have temporary game modes and stuff like that. They're basically repeating the formula of Modern Warfare. And we got to look at the facts that these guys are not going to do anything. And the developers, because Activision basically limits them to what they can and cannot do, obviously, because they're the publisher, they're the ones that pay the bills, that are in charge. The developers are very limited in terms of what they can and cannot do. If Activision wants to put in skill-based matchmaking or the patent, that's what they're going to do. And the thing is, partially, I mean, this is going to sound kind of disgusting to a few of you people, but in some way, I kind of feel complimented to the fact that they've added in a patent or the skill-based matchmaking itself to nerf players or to be unfair to players such as myself. But at the same time, I feel like it's the biggest scumbag move because it's players like myself that actually got this franchise to where it is today. And these guys that run the ship, so to speak, or the captains of the ship, are enjoying all the accolades and everything that comes with it, including the stockholders and stuff like that, that basically are enjoying the accolades that come with a successful franchise simply because of players like me. And now all of a sudden, players like me have become so good, and that apparently like 20 or 30% of the population of us good players is so much. It's too much of a high percentage that they have to add in something like a patent or the skill-based matchmaking or both. And even adding in like purposely all this stuff to make it unfair and just to hide it. And that's why they don't mention it. They don't mention this shit. They hide it. And I could tell you right now, I mean, COD World War II, I have a lot more fun than I have in this game. Infinite Warfare, I have a lot more fun in this game. Even with the specialists, Black Ops 4 is more fun than this game. Even with the weapons, the DLC weapons and all that shit, it is more fun than this game. It is more Call of Duty than this game. A lot, you know, and again, at the same time, to be fair to my viewers and your opinions as well, I will say that the definition of what Call of Duty is may have a slightly different definition than what I perceive it, because everybody's experience is, at the same time, there's little differences in the experiences, and a lot of those experiences are also connected to the way you play the game. So for those of you guys that are a lot more passive, this game is going to be right up your alley, kind of like how Modern Warfare was. So it really depends on the individual and how they play to a certain extent. Despite you put that aside, I still believe that my opinion and my experience, and in terms of what I have to say in this video, I still believe, humbly speaking, that what I have to say holds true and holds some weight, because I've invested a lot of time into getting good at the game. I've played it for years on end, and I remain faithful to the franchise. But with everything, and the thing is, I am actually going to listen to myself this time as opposed to not listening to myself, because with Modern Warfare, I didn't enjoy the beta, but I still got the game. This time, I don't enjoy the beta, so therefore, I am not going to make the same mistake again. I am not going to get the game. Now, where does that leave this channel? Again, in terms of Call of Duty, there's always stuff that I could do with World War II. There's stuff I can do even with Infinite Warfare, which, by the way, is the game that is responsible for me to getting to, what was it, over 300 followers on Twitch, which is a good achievement. So World War II has been good to me as well in terms of Twitch as well. And the thing is, also, let's not forget the fact that them catering to noobs has gone overboard, obviously, with everything I mentioned. But I forgot to mention this part. The fact that the aim assist has been fucking increased so damn much to where anybody that doesn't have thumbs can aim as well as I do, which I've done, which I spent years on perfecting my aim, right? I've had times to where, you know, even, and I, you know, he can call me out on this if he thinks I'm bullshitting, and I'm not. Even the legend Difo himself, there was a couple of times where he showed up on one of my streams where he said, wow, dude, you got really good aim, or something along those lines. And that took a lot of time and a lot of years to be able to do, and a lot of consistency as well. I mean, he was even there when I got my 75 kill TDM. I was live streaming. He was one of the 3 people in there with in Black Ops 3 when I did that, which was awesome. You know, I almost didn't have anybody, and then within the last 30 minutes of the stream, he and a couple of other people showed up, which was great, and it was icing on the cake. And so, I mean, in terms of Call of Duty, I've done everything that there is to do, even from when you look at it from a gameplay standpoint. Even though this is basically a commentary channel, I like my gameplays to be nice. I try to get my better gameplays on the channel. I don't always succeed, but 90% of the time I do succeed, if not more. And my streams are usually pretty consistent. You guys have seen it all on there as well. I've done well. I've done bad. You know, I don't reverse boost. I don't hide anything from you guys. But in terms of where this channel is going to go, I could still play the older Call of Duties, which, by the way, the aim assist, again, in this game is so high that if I were to go back and play another Call of Duty right now, I would struggle for at least an hour, because the game just does so much of the work for you. And a lot of times, because your muscle memory is used to actually aim for yourself as opposed to the game doing it for you, you actually find yourself being, to a certain degree, on the opposite end of the aim assist, to where it actually makes it worse, because you're used to doing it yourself instead of the game doing it for you. So yeah, it would be nice to go back to an older Call of Duty to where I have more control. And then sometimes in the middle of a gunfight, like that one where you just saw, not a gunfight, but, you know, just aiming at a target, it seems like the aim assist doesn't exist at all. So, and again, the skill-based matchmaking patent, or the patent, I'm just going to call it the patent, it was written in the notes that it does play with that. It plays with your aim assist here and there off and on, giving the worst player more aim assist than you, sometimes even mid-gunfight. And this includes the hit detection. It messes with the hit detection purposely as well. So yeah, I mean, when you look at everything that I've said in this video in terms of the kind of support that these people are giving their game and punishing good players, and as well as design decisions of the game in terms of where Call of Duty's headed, like with this game, like for instance, this gameplay here, I think it's kind of ridiculous that the highest point on the map is actually like in the middle of the map. So, I mean, again, that's just my opinion. Everybody's gonna have different opinions, and I'm gonna be expecting the comment section by a few people to be like, you know, like, oh, this is why it is or whatnot, and talking down to me like you guys always do, but like some of you guys always do. But this is my experience. This is my opinion. And I do know the franchise, and I do know what Call of Duty is. And to me, for me personally, this is just not it, at least not completely. And I'm not enjoying it, so therefore I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to spend $60 of my, you know, my precious money, which I don't have a lot of, and give these guys more money. And for what? For me to be simply disappointed? I want to play a game and I can enjoy. And if I'm getting more enjoyment out of an older Call of Duty game that I've played over the years, then I'm going to continue to play that one and not play this new one because I don't like the direction it's headed. It's really simple as that, guys. But anyway, I just wanted everything to be let out in this video in an unscripted way, in a real way. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know your experience. Are you going to get it? Are you not going to get it? That's all I have for this one, guys. This is Jack, signing off.